Over the summer, Roblox beat a massive record in gaming. Up until now, Fortnite has held the record for the most concurrent players online at a single time. But the massive success of Grow a Garden, a simple farming game that was uploaded to the platform by a 16-year-old, led to over 14.3 million players online on a single day in June. And on July 19th, over 21 million people were playing the game at the exact same time. But even as Roblox and Fortnite are thriving, many AAA gaming studios and publishers are struggling right now. Why exactly is this? And what's going to happen to the video game industry in the future? Back to the success of Roblox. It's no coincidence that it's become so popular over the summer when so many kids are out of school. There's a younger generation of players who are primarily using these games as social playgrounds, as a substitute for hanging out with your friends in real life. And the network effect of these social games can grow very, very quickly. Grow a Garden, it's incredibly simple actually. It's basically Farmville for Gen Alpha. But the thing that makes it unique is just how social the experience is. You can buy and trade seeds with other players, and that creates this in-game economy that is thriving. And all of it from a simple game that was uploaded to the platform by a 16-year-old. That's the beauty of a platform like Roblox. It's basically YouTube for video games, where anybody can upload their creation and share it to a built-in audience of people who are searching for new experiences. So where exactly does that leave the rest of the video game industry? Games like Halo that have always put a large emphasis behind their single-player campaigns. Because while the cost of creating these large games has increased, it does seem like the demand has been plateauing. There's a fantastic report that dives into all of it that I'll link below. It's the current state of the video game industry in 2025. But to give you a condensed history of the past 5 years, in 2020, when people were at home playing video games more than ever before, many companies saw the space and thought that investing in it was a fantastic idea. AAA studios get their name because they're supposed to be the largest firms that can take advantage of economies of scale. And for the previous decade, 2010 to 2020, they made an enormous amount of money. So many investors in the low interest rate environment of 2020 decided to invest more in the industry, but they misjudged it. They expected exponential growth for years on end. In reality, sales sharply declined and now have begun to bounce back. The film industry has gone through a similar transformation through a longer time horizon. Maybe this is something that happens to every form of new technology and new form of media that's created from it. And of course, when we talk about technology and media, there's obviously something big on the horizon. AI is going to completely transform video games. And while I'm personally very excited as a consumer to be able to potentially enter this golden age of video game development, I also understand why people, especially within the industry, are really apprehensive about what AI could mean for their careers. I think in many ways, the concerns are very similar to what's happening in the film industry right now. There are many people in Hollywood, from writers to directors to actors to people who work more behind the scenes, who are worried that AI might be coming for their job. And I think that's a valid concern, because I think the jobs we're going to have 2 years, 5 years, 10 years into the future are going to look dramatically different than the types of careers that we have right now. Like in the film industry, with its $100 million blockbusters, video games can be equally expensive to produce and release. Because GTA 5 has made $10 billion, people's expectations are understandably a little bit higher than for films. Over the past week, I've tried to learn a little bit more about some of the AI technology that surrounds the video game industry. Some of this has led me to platforms like Rosebud, which is one of the best text-to-video game AI platforms out there, and even tools like Aura and other Unreal Engine chatbots and AI assistants, which help users to understand complex code and even write some of its own. I think what independent solo developers are going to be able to do in even 2 to 5 years is going to be just crazy compared to what's possible now. At the same time, I think that AI is going to dramatically reduce the cost of creating a video game. AI in video games is interesting because video games are a core part of the story of artificial intelligence. NVIDIA started out from the demand of users who wanted more powerful graphics cards in order to play their games at maximum resolution and frame rates. And one of OpenAI's first public debuts was in 2017 during the International for Dota 2, when it beat one of the best players in the world in a 1v1 Shadow Fiend tournament. But let's put it all together. Where is the future of video games headed? First, let's think about Roblox not as a video game, but as a platform. It's a place where users can upload their own games to an audience of people. Roblox and Fortnite both use their own in-game system of currency, and that's the primary way that they make money. So in the far future, I'm imagining that AI will make it easier to develop video games, and I could see new platforms being created to potentially support these games. Or maybe it becomes a monopolized, centralized ecosystem, like in Ready Player One. But there is something else big coming on the horizon. And of course, that's GTA 6. It's releasing next summer, and it's undoubtedly expected to be one of the biggest video game releases in history. GTA 5 made almost $1 billion on its first release day, and with Rockstar rumored to have put as much as $2 billion into the development, it's got a lot of hype around it. And you know, they did really lean into the GTA 5 multiplayer angle, so I am excited to see how Rockstar tackles the social digital era that we live in. It's an interesting time in the video game industry. Spending from Americans aged 18 to 24 dropped by 25% in the first quarter of the year. But overall, I'm optimistic. I think we're just in an interesting time for media in general. And when we look at what's happening to the film industry, I think that we can draw a lot of parallels, and I think it'll be a resilient enough industry to continue to grow into the future.